see. I am sure you will agree that the farmer is the man who feeds us all. The farmer is the man, the farmer is the man, makes his living from the land. Oh, he works the whole year through, raises food for me and you. Oh, the farmer is the man who feeds us all.
The Future Farmers of America is a national organization for boys studying vocational agriculture in public high schools.
There are over 350,000 of us.
Our major purpose is to develop rural leadership, cooperation, citizenship, and improved agriculture.
There are over 350,000 of us in 8,500 local chapters.
We learn through doing how to solve our own problems, how to finance ourselves, how to speak in public, how to assume civic responsibilities.
There are over 350,000 of us in 8,500 local chapters in 48 states and Hawaii and Puerto Rico.
This is the story of one boy in one chapter.
I like it early in the morning. Don't you? Oh, I'm Bob Hudson, the agricultural teacher. Or as they call it here, the ag teacher. I've been up here for 7 years now. It's a nice job. I like it. Of course, you don't exactly get to be a millionaire, but, well, I guess what I like most about this kind of teaching is you get a chance to see the results almost right away. Here in our county, there's all kinds of farming. I've learned to know this county well. I know the farms these boys come from. Good land, productive, if you treat it right. But you've got to learn the know-how. Today, farming is a science, and you can't be a good farmer without being a good mechanic. We teach theory too, but the most important thing is to let the boys learn through doing. When it comes to fixing machines, I usually know what to do. But personal problems, well, they're more difficult. Take Walt Peabody. I could tell something was wrong. He came out with it almost at once. His father wanted to sell their farm and move to the city. I knew Walt had the makings of a good farmer. So I asked him if he wanted me to talk to his father. Well, Mr. Peabody, I'm sure you realize that there are plenty of successful farmers, too.
I've been trying to pull myself up by my bootstraps for the past 20 years now. But it seems they're always a bustin'. Farming's a gamble. Sure, there's some good years, but you can't count on them.
Well, that's true, Mr. Peabody, but, well, what about the children?
I've been thinking of the kids. In the city, they'll have a better chance.
Coffee.
Well, Dad, please give me a chance here on the farm.
Mr. Peabody, I don't like to butt into your family affairs, but I think you ought to know that the FFA program was created to help boys like Walt become successful farmers.
That's good talk, but talk don't change the money end of things.
I have something here I want you to see, Mr. Peabody. There are the actual records of what the boys have been able to accomplish with their farming. Now, they're facts, not talk. I'd like to have you read them. And then if you still decide that you want to move, well, you're the boss, Mr. Peabody. Facts are pretty stubborn things. And Mr. Peabody was impressed by the FFA reports.
Well, Dad, he finally read the farm program. And, well, I mean, he kind of changed his mind. So Dad's going to let me have another chance, one more year on the farm. So I decided to ask you fellas for some advice or some help or something.
Harry? When this meeting was originally called, it was to discuss the speaking contest plans. Now, I think we ought to stick to our original intention. I think we ought to shelve Walt's problem a while and go on discussing the speaking contest.
Very good.
Oh, come on, kid.
Mr. President.
It was obvious that most of the boys felt differently than Larry Hilton. They tossed the problem around and, as usual, they came up with a practical solution. A committee was appointed to survey the Peabody farm to find out how it could be made more productive. Most of the committee had state farmer degrees, boys who had plenty of practical farm experience. They did a thorough job of it. Everything they learned about scientific farming went into their survey. It was as if they were surveying their own farm. Larry Hilton cooperated in his way. Well, Mr. Peabody, I've consolidated the boys' survey reports here, and here's what they suggest. The boys recommend that Walt here have at least 300 chicks, a sow, a calf, fertilizer enough for 2 acres of corn. Then, of course, you'll have to build a stall for the calf and a pen for the sow. And they have a few minor improvements listed below here. Sure. That I think you'll find very interesting.
Care for a glass of water, Mr. Hudson?
Yes, thanks, I would.
Nice plan you have, Mr. Hudson. But it'll take money.
About $385.
$385? You might as well say 1,000. I just don't have it.
Isn't there any way we might possibly be able to raise it?
I don't see how. I can hardly make my present payments.
Dad, I say $75, which I made in chores, and I could invest that in my projects.
Well, son, I still can't swing the rest.
I have $27 put away. Walt is welcome to have that.
Would $30 help? I'd planned to buy a winter coat, but if you pay it back in time, you can have it.
Well, I guess I can't hold out. I'll invest as much as Walt did.
Oh, that's fine, Mr. Peabody. we'll call a special meeting of the chapter, and I'm pretty sure that the boys will vote to underwrite a note for the rest. But, of course, the final decision is up to the boys themselves. The chapter underwrote a note to the local bank. It proved to be an important day for him. He was in business for himself. According to the FFA plan, Walt started a complete record of his projects. All transactions, expenses, sales, and profits. For whatever else farming may be, it is a business. It was the dream of every farm boy. Improve your land, increase your livestock, add to your equipment. The next few months, the Peabody farm took on a new life. Walt worked hard on the program laid out by the chapter. His enthusiasm sparked the whole family. The future looked promising.
But I am poor and needy, yet the Lord thinketh upon me. Thou art my help and my deliverer. Make no tarrying, O my God. Amen.
Hey, Beth, will you watch a breeder stove for me? I gotta go to town for Dad to buy some fertilizer.
Okay, Walt, I will.
Be sure to now.
Yes.
It was a package from the post office for Beth. When Walt returned, the fire was at its peak. Farming's a gamble. Sure, there's some good years, but you can't count on them. Farming's a gamble, I tell you.
Where are you going, Frank?
I'm going to tell that Mr. Hudson a few things about farming that's not in books.
Take it easy.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Peabody. How are you?
Hello.
Come on inside.
It's not a social call. It's about Walt.
Well, can't it wait for a minute? I have some friends of mine here. I want you to meet them. Mr. Peabody, this is Mr. Nevin. How do you do?
How do you do?
Mr. Butler.
Good to meet you.
And Mr. Harris.
Hello, Mr. Peabody.
Hello.
All former students of mine. Now they've received their degrees as American farmers. Do you mind sitting down for a minute? I'll be right with you.
As I was saying, that swine project of mine brought in about $1,500. Now I'm thinking about buying a new tractor. I've been thinking about renting another 200 acres of land. With 2 tractors, I believe Dad and I can handle it. Anyways, I'd like to show that Bill Butler a thing or two. You know, we each started out with a heifer and a sow apiece, and already his equipment amounts to about $7,000.
What are you complaining about? You have 20 milk cows and 18 Holstein heifers.
I know, but I still like equipment.
Well, I guess I'll be moving along now.
What was it you wanted to tell me about Walt, Mr. Peabody?
Well, nothing special. Just wanted to let you know he's doing okay. Well, good night, everyone.
Good night, Mr. Peabody.
That fire cost me exactly $180. What am I going to tell the chapter? How am I going to meet my banknote? I've got to replace those chickens somehow. I just got to.
Walt's project did not fold up. He got himself a job so he could meet the banknote and replace his chickens. With his other chores on the farm, he put in 16 hours a day for over a month. The chapter helped Walt construct a new brooder house. That is, most of the boys did.
Ladies and gentlemen, what it takes to be a successful state farmer is
More work and less pulse.
Picking cherries, $150. Sold 40 broilers, $60. Eggs from layers, $40. Sold corn for grain, $135.
Walt's reckoning showed a profit. He could now meet his banknote and repay his family. There was even enough money left over for new projects.
You have been marked for
The
distinction
chapter
in our chapter.
recognized Walt's
Your
progress.
instructor, your parents, and your community will expect you to accomplish much more as a chapter farmer than you did as a green hand. I'm glad to present you with the silver emblem of the chapter farmer degree. Francis Hartman, congratulations.
Thank you.
Walt Peabody, congratulations.
Thank you.
Joe Miller, congratulations.
projects became profitable, he began to improve the appearance of the farm. Another aim in the program laid out by our chapter. After a few weeks, he felt proud enough to put up an FFA sign. Like every chapter, we had planned a community project for the year. This time, it was the planting of seedlings for soil conservation. Every boy was assigned a special section for which he was to be fully responsible. Everyone completed their section on time. That is, everyone except Larry Hilton. Walt saw an opportunity to help the chapter make a perfect record. He had never forgotten how they had helped him rebuild his brooder house. Unfortunately, his timing was a little off. I don't especially like lecturing, but I thought it was time to talk with Larry. You knew this was a community project, so why didn't you do your share?
Well, I didn't have a chance. I was working on Dad's tractor, and I'm still not done.
Well, what about your obligation to the chapter?
Well, I thought the tractor came first. I kind of figured the trees could wait a while.
Well, the least you could have done is to let somebody know. This way, it looks as if you don't care about anybody except yourself. When you live in a community, you have a responsibility to the people who live in it with you.
Well, I didn't want anybody to do my share. I mean, I was going to do it just as soon as I finished with the tractor.
Okay, Larry. I just wanted to get everything straight, that's all. The week after, Larry surprised us all. It was quite an achievement for him to nominate Walt to represent us at the speaking contest. He'd counted on it himself. It showed the right kind of progress in both boys. The chapter felt that Walt was the right choice. They elected him unanimously.
You see, to me, the FFA has meant more. You see, to me, the FFA has meant more than just a school or way of learning.
Walt worked at speaking with the same determination he brought to every project.
I'm very glad to have this opportunity to talk to you on the subject. Keep quiet, Beauty. It's not you that's making the speech, it's me. The FFA chapter has meant more to me than just school. It has meant a new way of living and learning new farming methods. I now know that to be a good farmer, it takes many special skills. which makes my work more interesting and exciting. To be a good farmer, you have to be many things. A businessman, a mechanic, and even a scientist. And a little bit of a public speaker, too, I hope. I have learned these things by doing them, by seeing my own projects work out. I believe I can do the same in the future with bigger projects. One day, maybe, I can make the degree of American farmer and do as well as the other fellow students who came out of the chapter before me. Thank you.
Well, the speech didn't win any prizes. But somehow it didn't matter. Walt himself represented the future farmers of America better than any speech could have.
There is singing all around. Oh, the farmer is the man who feeds us all. If you'll only look and see, I am sure you will agree that the farmer is the man who feeds us all. The farmer is the man, the farmer is the man, makes his living from the land. Oh, he works to hold you through, raises food for me and you. Oh, the farmer is the man who feeds us all.